We're speaking to ensuring credible elections this morning, and Mr. Chima Nnaji, a good governance advocate, joins us for that. Thank you for coming on today.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
You know, when you listen to what the president says there, that he likes to see a scenario wherein in many years to come, people should be able to look back and say that, yes, while they were there, they gave people the chance to elect who they want. This speaks to the integrity of the process, but so far, in terms of what you've seen, how far or close are we to achieving what he just said?
Well, let me first and foremost address the integrity of performance of channels. And I hereby congratulate the entire staff and management and board of Channels Television for superlative performance in a climb that appear, at least because of the cacophony of activities, that we don't appreciate good things. But the accolades, the flurry of accolades that I see and even whispered across, not on television only, show that as a people we still appreciate good things, even if our leaders have made us appear otherwise. So I want to encourage channels to continue the course. It is not by accident that it chose the name Channels. Every other television will have to be a channel anyway. So it's like the proverbial tortoise.
Thank you.
So I also commend you guys on this sunrise. Having been involved in production myself, I know how tough and difficult it is to sustain this program at the level. And you are young and vibrant Nigerians that are doing us proud. It is evident that Nigerian youths can hold their own, in spite of the gerontocrats who insist on occupying the space.
Thank you.
Answering your question, without integrity, everything is lost. It was Socrates that said, "You can take anything from me, but don't take my name." And in the African traditional setting, you are always reminded the son of or the daughter of who you are. That statement alone is a guiding post to all conducts before we got so devalued in our appreciation of good things. When I say good, it's not everybody. I'm not one of them. At least let me start from there. It has become a platitude about people in leadership positions to tell us what we probably want to hear. We want to see people walk the talk. And since this government, since the president particularly, I was here sometime, I said that this war is being fought by the president. Many people are not buying into it for different reasons. It is important that this president should walk the talk. People may write speeches for him and all that. They're nice. Even lascivious pastors will come and preach the Bible. They tell congregation what they want to hear. But their life may not be worthy of emulation.
But can he deliver a speech of what he doesn't identify with?
That's the easiest thing to do under the sun. People have multiple personalities, generally. I'm not talking about the president. As individuals, human beings are the most complex organisms under the sun. Psychology has tried everything. You cannot predict. You can try, but you will not always succeed. So, somebody might be smiling with you now. He had arranged how to murder the person in the next 3 hours. He's a good murderer. The bad ones will come and say, "I'll kill you on Saturday." And somebody who had planned to finish with that person will do it on a Thursday and is arrested. But that is just a part of the story we're talking about. Integrity. It is very easy to know somebody who wants to achieve integrity of a process. It's not by verbalizing. Verbalizing is important if you think that people are not following.
In this particular case.
But you need to do it, demonstrate. A father will demonstrate love to the children by providing for the family.
What does he need to do in this case?
What he needs to do now, having been a beneficiary of what looks or what the people describe as credible election, I expect this government to have put in motion, visibly so, machineries for going full blast electronic voting. Full blast. Because we need to depersonalize the electoral process. This thing is so suffused in chicaneries and shenanigans that only those in the corridors of power that have the capacity to unleash mayhem or cheat the process that are able to surface. And that is the violence you see in the street, among the followers, among those who want to go for public offices. And the matter is not being helped by the fact that we are fighting corruption. Visibly, we are fighting corruption. But has it done anything to give the insight that we are making any progress? Because many people are not buying into it. Even in the National Assembly that's supposed to be making law, there are fingers being pointed. In the presidency, some committees that are supposed to be fighting are also being pointed. It should not be so. They say that Caesar's wife must be above suspicion. So, not because he is just Caesar's wife, but the way you come across. Let me tell you, Chamberlain, if a lady does not want to be accused, a married lady does not need to be have to be accused of adultery, she should not be seen coming out from a neighbor's room adjusting her wrapper. Even if she didn't do anything, she will come across. There's a perception issue. I don't know whether you get the point. There's a perception issue. If you do not take dog meat, don't use your teeth to divide it for children.
So in other words, the vibe we're getting from politicians, because 48 hours from now we'll be seeing another election, for instance, in Rivers State.
And you see what is happening everywhere.
And it looks like deja vu. Every time that election is about to hold, the same music that plays before the election is either shifted or cancelled is the same song you get to hear. And you say sometimes perception is very key here and important. Is the government now, let's say the presidency, getting the vibe of what exactly is happening, and even INEC?
Well, if it was that way, you would have seen the difference. It is only unreasonable to continue doing the same thing the same way across time and space when you are not delivering on the objective. Everybody knows that good governance comes from the electoral process. Electoral process is a precursor. If the way you come in lacks legitimacy, you can use force to manage a section of the people that do not agree to your own, but that is to the extent that you will be able to enforce the law generally.
Let me break it down. I'm saying this, I'm asking this question on the heels of the complexities we've witnessed in this.
Yes.
There's the security angle, whereby the police definitely has always featured, always been mentioned. There's also the political angle, whereby names from the state and from Abuja or has also been mentioned, have all been mentioned. And there's also the political parties almost on a weekly basis coming out with releases and statements and comments, all for an election that is not a state election, it's not a national election. And we're talking about how we can ensure credible elections. And more so now that also put this side by side with what the core members are saying, that many of the NYC members are saying they just don't want to be part of this election because of what it just could mean to them. Are we ready to have credible polls just the way that even the Gambia has shown a better example?
We desire, but we're not ready. And we can't be ready because we're not sincere. The people at the corridors of power, maybe a few of them might think they should be, but they have not put their thought. The intention, if it is not put in motion, no action. It will die as an intention. Intention does not bring food to the table. It is when you intend to feed your family, you go out to the street and walk yourself out, and then food comes. So intention must interact with action to produce results.